What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Sunday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show, and let's just jump into it. From r/news. Colorado teenager was fatally shot while running away from off-duty officer, lawsuit says. Note: this clearly wasn't even in self-defense. The kids broke into a vacant home. After the off-duty officer called 911, he got his gun out, then confronted the kids who ran through his backyard trying to get away from the cops. They never threatened him in any way. He didn't even confront them, he just started shooting at them. It says he didn't say anything or warn them, just started blasting away like a chicken shit. This is literally how my brother and I played cops and bad guys when we were 5, getting away. Shoot him, bang bang, finger guns, asterisk, that's how intelligent these cops are. It seems to be happening even more. And I really don't believe it's just new data. And I think the last decade of police training has been especially rancid. Fricking shooting people running away is just so fricking crazy. Crap. Why don't we have taser drones anyway? It might not be the case in this incident, but many of the incidents that show horrific interactions between the public and police officers are coming to light only because everyone has a camera on their phone. Think about that for a second. So they know there's a chance they are being filmed. This might even be curved behavior. When body cameras were added, that maybe curbed it as well. But they have some level of control. Accidental malfunctions. How much of this was going on before everyone had a camera? You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Kanye West is breaking campaign finance law and keeping his GOP backers a secret. Can he just frick off already? Can liberal news sources learn their fricking lesson and stop giving this type of crap platforms? Seriously, stop propagating this. I see a Kanye story 1 NCE a day. There's a slight difference between OMG. Donald Trump is running for president. Let's all tune in to see what wacky thing he says today and give him a bunch of airtime. And GOP assists Kanye West in violating campaign finance laws. West thrown off another ballot. I would rather everyone be acutely aware of his relationship with the GOP and their intentions than have the first they hear of him running be in the voting booth in November. Every day the Republicans find a new law to break. It would have been a crap ton easier just to vote in 2016. People really need to vote in every election. I'm sure the turnout will be massive this time because of this ask alone. But local and midterm elections matter just as much, if not more. So much of this cancer could be mitigated if people just freaking did their civic duty instead of letting Fox send the dumbest numbnuts in the nation running screaming to the polls in fear to vote against their own interests all the goddamn time. Migrant caravans woo. Quote. Rico, say it with me, the Trump crime family needs to be taken down and Rico is the way. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Trump must turn over tax returns, does not deserve immunity, Manhattan's top prosecutor says. New rule, you cannot be on the presidential ballot without releasing your tax returns. But in Thursday's filing, Vance said that by continuing to litigate, Trump had effectively obtained temporary absolute immunity, a claim rejected at every level of the federal courts by keeping a grand jury from seeing his tax returns. He also said handing over the returns would not irreparably harm Trump, citing the confidentiality of grand jury proceedings, and noted that the past 6 U.S. presidents publicly released their tax returns. And I'm pretty sure Trump has said out loud that he would release his taxes once the IRS said he was able to. They've said they aren't preventing him from releasing his taxes due to an audit or whatever other excuse Trump will use. H has been emboldened this far because he has enough blockers in place at strategic locations. By continuing to litigate, Trump has effectively obtained temporary absolute immunity. Thank frick someone finally said it. He's been given absolute immunity this whole time by getting stuff strung up in the courts. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/politics. Top Democrat demands Postmaster General DeJoy turn over all secret communications with the Trump campaign. My guess is that they are asking for the turnover of records for secret communication, because they already have copies of said communication. Failure to comply or a partial turnover isn't going to help their case when it comes to the future court case. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/uplifting news. Missing toddler found safe with Cocker Spaniel mix after spending 24 hours lost in the woods. The 3-year-old was found safe after she wandered into the forest alone on Sunday evening following the family pet. Oh crap, I'm so glad it ended okay. Thought I witnessed similar a couple years ago, was about to leave for work and found a toddler wearing nothing but a very full diaper following a little dog across my driveway. Spent about 20 minutes trying to get the kid to show me their house on the off chance he remembered which one it was. He led me into a neighboring duplex where one woman was outside and didn't recognize him. Finally just called the cops, who came and got the kid and the dog. They called later to let me know that the kid lived at the end of the street, opposite from where he led me of course. His parents were still asleep and didn't realize he was able to open the front door now. Dog was a stray that he happened across and followed down the road and just sort of stuck with him. Peanut is a real nanny dog. From the article, Abigail Ladwig wandered away from her home around 6:45 p.m. Sunday evening after following the family's Cocker Spaniel mix, Peanut. Her mother reported her missing on Monday at approximately 7:20 p.m. Abigail and Peanut were reportedly found safe, walking from the woods into a neighboring yard a short distance from her home. You're watching the RNEWS show. From r/World News. He tortured me for 2 years. Indian woman on death row for murder in Yemen seeks help. So from the article headline alone, you would think it's some typical maid story. But it's about a foreign woman who was forcibly unable to leave the country because of a butthole, who told everyone she's his wife and faked a marriage certificate. I implore those who see this to read it, and hope that someone who can help will find a way. I can feel the frustration just reading this. The wife has a husband back in India trying to help, but they're out of money. Edit. Surprised by the number of people who still comment without reading the article. This article isn't about slavery or maids in the Middle East subjected to horrible treatment. Those problems exist, but stop using this particular woman's unrelated misery to push your own narrative. And yes, the news source might make the article biased and the murder may have been premeditated. But this woman deserves a lawyer and trial at least. This type of abuse is a norm for maids working in the Middle East. They're treated like slaves. Medieval society. That would be too kind. I know some medieval cultures that treated their cattle better. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like. And if you want to see more of the RNEWS show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNEWS show and I'll see you tomorrow.